Well, welcome back everybody. We're going to do something a little bit different today. I'm still waiting on my carburetor gaskets to show up. I've ordered some tyres, so I'm waiting on those. So I thought we'd have a look at the bike and see what works on it and what doesn't. We'll power it up, check all the lights and accessories and see what we're up for. A couple of things that I am up for. If I apply the clutch, there is no pedal feel there at all. There is fluid in there, so I need to fix the hydraulics of those. If I apply the rear brake pedal, no feel at all. So we're up for hydraulics on those as well. A little bit of luck. It does have a front brake, even though I will go through the hydraulics anyway. But the added bonus here, I've had a bit of a look, and whoever owned this before has put brand new disc rotors on there. Now the bike hasn't run in 10 years, so it could only have happened 10 years ago. It's like almost like they put them on and went, oh, and that was the last time they used it. If I look at the brake pads as well, brand new set of brake pads. You can see the retaining bolts, nice and shiny. So someone had spent a little bit of money on it. Just another little bonus. I like it when I have little wins. You can tell the rotors are brand new. They've got that cross hatching in them from factory, so there's no wear on those at all. Now I'm just going to put a battery in it, power it up, and we'll see what works and doesn't work. Obviously it's not going to start. That's not the objective today. I just want to know what works, what doesn't work. Okay, I've just took the car battery up with some jumper leads. I've taped up the positive so it can't short out. Now this is the first time I've turned this key, so you're going to share the excitement or the disappointment of what works, what doesn't work. Okay, we have dash lights. At least the warning lights are on. Let's try the turn signal. Okay, steady light on the left side. No, we do have a tail light. Very dull light on the right side, but no flashing. It's trying to. Okay, lights off. Let's try the horn. Try the headlights. Cluster is lighting up. Headlight is not working. Okay, just to summarise what we've got. Blinkers come on, but they stay on, they do not flash. There is no tail light. The brake light is actually staying on all the time. There is no high beam, there is no low beam. There's no motion of the headlight. The engine does not crank. The horn tries to work, but it's very dull. We do have side stands, we have neutral, we have oil, and the fuel gauge was working. So we've got our work cut out for us. I think I'll start with one of the simplest things. The brake lights are on, but they stay on all the time. So I'm just going to have a bit of a look at the switch. Now I don't know why, but the spring that pulls the switch on has been hooked under the lever there, which will pull the switch on all the time. It should be on the other side of the lever. So I'm just going to move that and see what happens. Okay, I do have a brake light from the foot brake. But nothing from the handbrake. So let's have a look up there. So I followed the wiring to the orange wire and a white black for the front brake lights. From there, we do have power to the handbrake lever. But when I squeeze the lever, there is no power coming out of it. So it makes me think there is a problem in the switch. So we'll just remove that and have a look. The grease they put on there for protection has turned to more like glag, so we'll give it a bit of a clean up. Okay, contact's all cleaned. We'll put it back together and we'll see what happens. Something tells me that most of these electrical problems are going to be a similar thing going on with all the contacts. Okay, that's foot brake. And front brake working. Now before I go too crazy with anything else, I'll just check all the fuses, make sure I'm not wasting my time. A couple of basic checks. Okay, so I do have one fuse out. And it's actually labelled headlight. So I'm having a couple of little wins. That fuse was for the tail light. The cluster lights are now working, and the headlight, high beam, low beam is working as well. So that's a little win. Unfortunately, no motion of the headlight. I'll leave that to last because that looks pretty complicated. Let's keep going. Well, there's a ghost in the machine. This just started randomly operating. It's not parking. I didn't touch anything, it just decided to start moving, and now it's stopped. At least I know the motor works. There we go again. Interesting. Well, I'm going to stick to the easier items first. The horn wasn't working, it was trying to work. Quick check there. We do have power to the horn. These horns do ground through the switch, so a quick check of the horn. Nothing wrong with the horn. But it has no ground, so we remove the switch and have a look at that one. Okay, now that the horn, the lights, the turn signals are all in one assembly, I'm going to pull it all apart and clean all the connectors. Okay, busy day that one, but we do have dash lights. Got a horn. Blinkers are working. Low beam, high beam, and it's decided to crank for us as well. So we're getting there. So really happy how that went. I do have to fix the pop-up. It just does some every now and again, just randomly just goes into motion. Sometimes it parks up, sometimes it parks down. So I'll have a bit of a look at that next time. Some good news. Next episode we'll look at putting the Carbies together. I got my service kit arrive. I got my air filters arrive. And I got my gaskets that arrive. So we'll look at getting those together. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.